It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some more token diary number 3. This one's called inspiring. I don't even what was the last one was called lucky. Okay. Let's just go into it. I like these. The diaries are dope. So let's see what he's talking about.
Goldberg, just reaching out to confirm your appointment for Tuesday, February 17th, 3:20.
I used to starve myself trying to lose weight. Couldn't even get hard, my body so out of shape. My girl blamed herself because we stopped having sex. She started hating her own body and now she's doing the same. I knew it to be true, but I didn't want to take the blame. So I didn't bring it up when she skipped the meals that I made. She ended up in the hospital trying to undo the damage. I worried about her disorder like I ain't inspired that trait. I'm so inspiring. Yeah.
Yo, that's a tough. So, it's hard, like, right, like, guys, I don't want to take away like how he feels about this, and because obviously we don't know the entirety of the story. We just know what he just told us in that part of the verse, right? But yeah, obviously, I want to be like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I guess like it's interesting. I guess I never thought about it like a disorder like that or something like that being something that you could like kind of introduce somebody else to, and that they might go down that path. As much as like if you're a drug addict, right, and you introduce them to a drug and they become addicted, right, then you clearly are responsible. But okay, this is interesting.
She ended up in the hospital trying to undo the damage. I worried about her disorder like I ain't inspired that trait. I'm so inspiring. Yeah. Fans know I'm so inspiring. Yeah. Everyone tell me I'm inspired. I grew up middle class, but my day one was out the streets. Now you ask that kid how he traveled the world, he'll tell you T. The big difference between us, I had a loving family. His family was fucked up to a degree, so he relied on relationships to get the love that I got from my mom each week. I had a girlfriend, but I didn't need it like he did, so I would lie to my girl while out on tour, and he would peep it, keep it secrets, inspiring my bro to be okay with cheating. I'm so inspiring. 4 years deep in relationship.
Wait, so is this the same friend that he was talking about in another video though, where he talked about how he was with him and he started to I might be a different friend, because there was one friend he talked about that was living with him that was close, and he had a girl back home and stuff like that, but he decided to leave his kid and his girl back because he wanted to make it and all this other stuff. And I'm guessing this is a different person, because that one he didn't seem to take the blame for it, but in this one he's like, the person seeing, unless he reflected on that situation again, and now he feels like maybe I had a part in that because he was seeing me act this way, do these different things, and it started to make it an okay thing. And in reality, in this sense, I'm more in agreement with him in a way, right? Like, I mean, somebody that, like, some people are going to argue, hey, if you're not about that, you're not about that. Seeing somebody else do it isn't going to suddenly make you do it. But it's a little bit different, I think, when say you're friends with somebody, right? But your friend is doing something great. He's making good money, he's getting a lot of attention, he's becoming extremely great at a craft, right? And so inevitably you kind of look up to that a little bit, and you kind of like you want to draw from what he's doing to try to achieve shit, right? And it doesn't mean that doing what he did, cheating and stuff like that, is going to get you there, but you just see the way that he's moving. And I get, like, some people get caught up in the I want to be more like him kind of shit, and it's weird to say that that'd be one of the things you want to do, but subconsciously you might just start to just fall in that same thought process, right? Like you start to question, like, well, maybe I'm not, maybe this whole like, faith with that, maybe he's right. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe, like, you never know. You never know. Now, I'm not saying that it's his fault, because the person, he's still his own man and he made a decision. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand where he's coming from, where he feels like maybe he has some part in that.
Didn't need it like he did, so I would lie to my girl while out on tour, and he would peep it, keep it secrets, inspiring my bro to be okay with cheating. I'm so inspiring. 4 years deep in relationship, he flew a groupie out with the merch money that I paid him with. I thought that shit was whack, but we just joked about the craziness, cause who am I to say no to it when I inspired the bulk of it? I'm so in between being a kid and being on grown-up shit that I make all my youngest friends upset they don't got money yet. But I know all my older homies watch how free my tour life goes. I got them taking trips and forgetting they got a kid at home inspiring.
And that could be the one that he's talking about, forgetting that he got a kid at home and shit like that. But it's tough. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you another 10 years might go by and you're still gonna feel like you kind of trapped between that being a kid and being an adult. And the reason why is because I don't feel like there's really that change. I just think that you are who you are. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think you become more responsible, you have more experiences, so on and so forth. But there's going to be certain parts of you where it's just a part of it, right? Like you might let loose and want to go out and have a little good time every once in a while. Or, now I'm not saying that you should do that, but I don't know. I guess like my thought comes from this mentality that you see online of a lot of people where like, say Tokens, I think is at 27, right? He's 27 now. Some people's like, yo, that's Unk. He's old now. Da, da, da. He's young as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that people live now, as long as he's healthy and he's good, he could be living another 60 plus years. He's old. You know what I mean? So it's like this idea that like by a certain age or as you get there, like you have to now take on this embodiment of what you believed an adult to be, or what people have made you perceive an adult to be, or even what you see from the last generation. I feel like it's going to change every generation. I feel like you take 2 generations away from now, like the adults that you are used to seeing at say 50 years old are not going to be the adults that you're going to see 2 generations from now. Even with our generation, it's not going to really be the exact same. It's slightly changing in a different way. And some people might think that it's bad because people are doing more like, maybe stupid shit in some ways. But I think that's always the case. We just see it now because it's social media. I think there was always people doing dumb shit. It was just probably different dumb shit. You know what I mean? But as far as like, I just think that people are becoming more youthful at older ages. And I think that joking around and having fun and maybe people going out and doing things that normally would be looked at as like, yo, you're not like 20 anymore. Don't do that anymore. That's going to become things that you're going to expect and see out of 30, 35-year-olds on a regular basis. And then what you would see out of them normally, you might see out of 40 to 50. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's going to go that way. And I don't think it necessarily means that we're going backwards or it's bad. I think that there's going to be a cap to it. Like, I don't think it's going to mean that we're going to go down this path of like completely irresponsible, so on and so forth. But I just think that we're going to learn that you don't have to turn 30 and suddenly be like, I have to be this tight knit, tight wad person who doesn't want to, like, you don't have to be that way. Like, you could be the same person that was chilling at a party at 20 when you're 45 if you want. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure that you handle your responsibilities, you do the right thing, make sure that you contribute into society, don't go out and do no F shit. You know what I'm saying? What you might have done back then, got drunk, and maybe you did some dumb shit with your friends. That part you don't do. But the other part you can still do. Get drunk, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that it's going to become more normalized to be a little bit wilder as we get older. Anyways, I'm just listen, I'm a tangent guy lately. I can't help it.
Said they don't got money yet, but I know all my older homies watch how free my tour life goes. I got them taking trips and forgetting they got a kid at home aspiring.
But that part right there, where he says older friends leaving and forgetting they have a kid at home because they want to be a part of it, and that's it. I wouldn't say that that's his fault. I think that you just have to chalk that up to like, it's tough, right? Because they shouldn't just suddenly abandon their kid or their family or anything like that. But they should be able to get away from it and just enjoy themselves for a little bit, right? Because you're able to now give them an experience in life that they've never had and probably never would have. And I feel like if they can manage to balance it, where it's like, hey, we come out every once in a while with the homie Token, we good time, little party for a weekend, whatever. But then we go back home and we handle our business like we're meant to. I think that that's a good thing, right? Because it's like, it's just you're here one time, right? And they're having experiences that a lot of people never get to have. It's just that some people get so caught up in that they're willing to abandon everything because they don't want it to end. And that's the problem. And the issue is you're not the one creating it. Your friend Token is creating it, or whoever it is out there that's attached to, you know what I'm saying? And so you can't go about this in a way where it's like, yo, this is just going to go on forever, because it's not, right? Eventually Token's going to evolve and want to do different things as well, potentially. Or he's going to, like I said, the conversation we just had, maybe still do a little bit of that. But so you can't just bank on that, but it's just one of those, like, dip your feet in, have a little fun because your friend is giving you the opportunity to, but don't get crazy. Don't get crazy.
Fans know I'm so inspiring.
I be talking too much, my bad.
Yeah. Everyone tell me I'm inspiring. I used to show up drunk to the studio with his shorty, bumping into this kid who had a session there before me. His music sounds like mine, it was obvious who he was. I've never said that I drove drunk, but he saw my car in a lot. His music wasn't great, but I knew that he had potential when he stopped trying to be me and said some shit more sentimental. This year I stopped bumping into him, asked my engineer why. He told me about a hit and run and DUI. My God, I'm so inspiring. I might be the reason a couple kids continue to grind with goals to reach, but how many gonna end up like me?
Yo, I'm gonna say this song is a really good insight into the way that Token's mind works, because some of these situations are 100% is not his fault. He's talking about some artist that maybe looked up to him, seen him at the studio. He'd go there drunk with a girl. He didn't see him driving drunk, but he knew his car was there. So immediately he's like, so he must have assumed that that's what I was doing. And he looked up to me. So he's thinking, yo, this is what cool people, right? And so he's attaching himself to what happened all this time later that now this person, you know what I mean? And I get where he's coming from, but that's that classic overthinker mind. I know that shit oh so well. Is crazy. Like you see one thing and you connect the thread and connect the thread, connect the thread until you come to the result and you're like, that's definitely what it is. It's gotta be. If not, it's a possibility though, right? And so you still that's definitely what he's doing right here.
Why he told me about a hit and run and DUI. My God, I'm so inspired. I might be the reason a couple kids continue to grind with goals to reach. But how many gon' end up like me? Some got a passion, but I think most just got obsession. And they're low-key chasing hype that disguises itself as a dream. Nevertheless, they're grinding like a grown man off a pay cut. Sometimes I wonder how many years of youth I took away from. And how many kids are not gonna make it, not find a girl, not have a kid, just chasing music till they fail and feel it's bullshit. What if I told you trying to win the world, end up a whirlwind? What if I told you I'm in the same hospital I put my girl in?
Ooh. That's going back to the hematologist and shit he's talking about. Yo, I like this part right here because he's reflecting now on like, like because usually people are like, yo, I'm happy that I'm in this position. I'm inspiring so many different people and I'm making people go for their dreams and their goals and all this other stuff. I like that he's willing to really look at the entire picture because there is another side to that. There's a side of people that you're going to inspire to go out there and do shit and abandon all other things and really go hard for it because they're like, that's what he did. That's what people say to do. Don't have a plan B, or maybe have a little plan B, but I'm gonna go so hard for plan A. And then you get into that motion of doing it and wanting to continue to do it that you're never gonna let go of it because you fall in love with it, right? And so you continue to push, but then sometimes the majority of people don't make it. And sometimes you've waited so long and you've pushed so far that you end up losing out on so many different years. And then what you end up at a job that maybe you don't like because you didn't build yourself into a better position, so on and so forth. And so he's looking at that other side of it. Like, yeah, it's great that I inspire people, but what about all the people that I inspire that like spend so much of their life going for the music and they're never going to make it. And then it makes their life actually worse in the long run. You know what I mean? And it's not his fault. Like, it's still beautiful that he gave them that thought that maybe I can have a dream. But like he said, sometimes that hype disguises itself as a dream and you think that it's going to work out. Now, he did make a comment about obsession almost, and it made it seem like it was a bad thing. Like, some people just have obsession or whatever. I don't think obsession is bad. I think it's a fine line to dance, though. Like, I think that throughout my life, every time that I've found an obsession with something, like something that I just genuinely could not wait to do every day, like I'd wake up thinking about it. I'd be at school or at work or whatever and be like, I can't wait to get home so I could do this and do that. Like, it's just a nonstop thought, are the things that I became extremely good at, right? Like, I'm not token. I haven't made music in years. It was just like 2 years, 2+ years. But people that have heard my music like my music. In his song Home, I actually have a song called Home. I might play a clip, so you'll hear a clip there of me rapping. But like either way, I'm not saying like I'm not talking about making it. I'm talking about just technically becoming good at it, right? Because I was so obsessed. I went from someone who couldn't even rap on beat at all. Like Token was good at like 16, bro. He was nasty at 16. At 16 years old, dude, I could not rap on beat. I couldn't rap on beat, but I wouldn't give up because I was so obsessed with it that I just tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. And I got really good at it. But I never see the thing like he's saying though, is like people waste large portion of their life trying to go for this and maybe it doesn't work out. And then I didn't necessarily do that. I just kind of did it as an extra hobby on the side that, hey, if this works out or something happens, cool. But some people do invest fully into it to the point where like they abandon everything else. Now, I will say that I kind of did that with YouTube a little bit. And I'm still trying to get YouTube going on a higher level, but I did get it to the point where it's paying my bills and stuff. So it's not like I failed, but it's just I didn't reach the point at which I'd like to be at least not yet. And the music reactions I have fun with. I don't expect these to ever be there, but I like my commentary channel. I want to try some gaming. I want to try different types of content and different things. The music reactions are just kind of like I'm used to it. I enjoy it, and it's a go-to, and it just and people enjoy watching. So I just keep doing these and make a couple $100, whatever. So, anyways. My whole thing is just that I think obsession can be good, right? When I became obsessed with YouTube, I learned a lot about YouTube. I ended up making YouTube work out. I got the 100K plaque on my main channel. This channel's at like 50K. At some point, if I continue to go, I'm sure it'll get there. And I got to learn and try new things to potentially get there faster. But like that obsession is what allowed me to get better at it. And you know what I'm saying? It's just, you've got to learn to control that obsession, I guess. Because like I said, it's a fine line. Obsession can be an extremely bad thing, but it can also be an extremely good thing.
like me. Some got a passion, but I think most just got obsession in their
See,
low.
some got a passion, but I think most just got. But I guess you could look at it like that, like, right? Is it obsession, or maybe that passion is why I woke up and I wanted it so bad? But I guess it's. I think that those two terms can be very strongly. I think there's overlap. I truly think that there's some overlap there.
He's chasing hype that disguises itself as a dream. Nevertheless, they're grinding like a grown man off a pay cut. Sometimes I wonder how many years of youth I took away from, and how many kids are not gonna make it, not find a girl, not have a kid, just chasing music till they fail and feel it's bullshit. What if I told you trying to win the world, end up a whirlwind? What if I told you I'm in the same hospital I put my girl in? What if I told you I know I'm inspiring and I always did, but all in all, who knows if I've inspired something positive?
I like this. Who knows if I've inspired something positive? I mean, I think for a fact the homie had, without a doubt. I mean, clearly, you could just go through and you can go through the comments on his video, go through the comments on the reactions to his songs and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of good shit there, and a lot of people that take something from music. And sometimes it's not even because the song itself was deep. It's just they just enjoy the technical aspect of it, which he is extremely good at, and that just keeps them engaged. And sometimes people need that in their life. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. That's why I like these diary things. A lot of shit to talk about. I went on a lot of tangents. Hopefully it wasn't too long. If you're still here, you're an absolute legend. If you comment down below, use the coconut emote or emoji or whatever it is in your thing. Just let me know that you're still here. Let me know you're a legend. I appreciate you. Take it easy. Stay safe. I will catch you in the next one, homies.